No. I think you were 8 of 11 inside of 5 feet tonight. How critical was that to your game to be able to just get downhill, attack it, and be so forceful at the rim?
It's just nice to like be able to like turn a corner as far as like aggressive goes when I haven't been playing for so long. Like the injury I had, it's like one of those things where it's like touch and go. But I felt the most confident I've felt, like moving and getting my feet right and just stuff like that. So that was nice, just getting back to how I usually play. So that was a really big step forward. So yeah, just playing how I usually play.
And then this first game back home after a really long road trip can sometimes feel like another road game to some degree when you get back so late. When things are kind of not going your way early, what's happening inside of the team to just keep the faith, maintain game plan, discipline, all the things that ended up working for you late?
We're human, so I'm not gonna say we're past the point of panicking, but like we're pretty close. Like we know how the games go. We know what it takes when shots aren't falling. We played a lot of games like that, so we kind of know what to rely on. And tonight it was the same thing that we've been doing for however many years, playing defense, getting stops, locking in defensively. I think they went on like a 5-minute stretch without scoring, and we took advantage of that. Let our defense fuel our offense like we have, and like I said, just not panicking, playing the right way. I thought defensively, to start the game, we were a little too loose. And when you're loose like that, teams get comfortable, and we were able to, kind of get the car back on the road, play a lot more physical, and from there, it just like avalanches. You start suddenly hitting shots when you have energy going into the game. The fans are into it, and from there, like I said, it's like a snowball effect.
Following up on Nick's first question about getting downhill, is it a concerted effort to try and kind of test out your body and try and get back to the things that you used to do, or things that you're used to doing?
Yes and no. A lot of it's just how I play, but I'm not like going out there like thinking about it. Yeah, it's just how I play. Like you just kind of get back to like pushing off and like like having those little bursts. Like the biggest thing for me is like a mental thing, because last time I strained it, I felt good, and I had pulled it like trying to like reach for a pass. So it's like one of those things where like just over time, the more you get reps of doing it, like you stop thinking about it. So that's kind of where I'm at, where I'm not thinking about it. I can kind of like do a lot more of my normal moves and stop and not have it in the back of my mind. So we've done a good job rehabbing, and I'm integrating more and more minutes as it comes to it, and just getting my feet and stuff is more the biggest thing. But I'm not like in the game like, all right, I have to get to the rim right now. It's just more like, can I consistently make the plays that I usually make without having that mental am I going to re-injure it?
Did you mentioned you guys kind of loose defensively the first half? Second half, they only hit 3 threes. Was that you guys tightening things up? And of course, the big run you had there, the 22-0 run, was that what went on there?
Some of it's law of averages. Every once in a while, you'll have a game where teams just, shoot really good. But that's not how you win games. There's a lot that goes into basketball besides just making shots, and that's not something that we ever use as an excuse, because we've lost games where we've shot really well too. So it's one of those things where like, just over the course of the game, it's like, can we consistently get shots and make them shoot shots that they're not used to shooting? And we just did a good job of like honing back into that, making them shoot really late in the clock. They had a lot of possessions where they were shooting with like 2 seconds left. Just not quality looks that they were getting the first half.
You came back healthy on the road, and now first home game back, and you got quite a few home games in the next little stretch. How much are you looking forward to, getting back into shape and getting back into game mode here at home?
Yeah, no, I'm in shape for sure. But as far as like game mode, I'm just excited to be able to play. I've had a very like kind of crappy year as far as like being able to play and like figuring that out. So I'm more excited to just actually string together some games where I kind of feel like myself and get ready for the playoffs.
Mark's talked about the continuity of this roster, that you guys basically bring everybody back, but is there any feeling of you're sort of like this team's a little bit different just because of guys added like McCain, AJ's really blossomed, Kaysen stepped up, Joe and others?
Honestly, I would say for me personally, coming back, I think with how many games I've missed, especially early on, it kind of feels, at least the first couple games, it felt like a little out of sorts from like a me personally standpoint. Because like I don't want to, like you said, like I don't want to step on toes where this guy's been playing really well and now he kind of has to like take a different role. So you kind of trying to have to find that balance of trying to figure out my flow while keeping them engaged in it, and that's one of the roles I have as being one of the leaders on the team. And tonight felt a lot more cohesive, and that just come with more reps. Like you said, like we've been the most injured team in the NBA, I think, aside from like maybe a couple, besides Memphis. So all that will string together. It's not, they're not complete strangers, but there's just like more of a offensive gap because we have so much talent, which is a good thing. Where you can have way less talent and you're trying to figure out how to make up for not having it. We have it. It's just more like how do we all cohesively come together.
And one of the guys who's really stepped up and found a groove recently is Jay Will. What stands out about how he's improved on both sides this season?
He's just doing what he normally does. I think he's had more minutes, more opportunity. That's what I was saying last game. Like I think the injuries are like a blessing. Like everybody's been able to kind of showcase more and more stuff that they get to do, and he's been one of the big benefactors of it. He's shooting really well, playing with just confidence. And with time, confidence, you start to become a better player with more opportunity, and he's a big reason why we are what we are.
Do you feel like there's anything you learned while you've been out this season, like either like on-court stuff or off-court stuff?
From a personal thing or like a team thing?
Yeah, either one. If there's like any big takeaways.
I think from a team thing, it's just like when you're watching the team, you realize how talented we are, like top to bottom. When you're in it, you probably don't notice as much until like you're on the court with a certain group, but we are extremely talented, and that was really cool to watch. Obviously, I wouldn't like to watch it from the sidelines anymore, but from a team perspective, watching guys go into different roles and be like watching them blossom is really cool. And then I think just me personally is just not taking it for granted. Not to say that I was, but like you don't know when you get to play again and just have that. Maybe look at basketball a lot differently. But yeah, other than that, it's just and patience too. Like I said, it's been a blessing in disguise. Like my hand feels really good, so I've been able to work on that, and now I feel like I'm going to kind of go into these playoffs pretty fresh.
Anybody else for Doug? Thank you, Doug.
Cool.